上呀，向上看，向上看，快上呀，向上。
What the hell are you talking about? Who are you talking to?
So Jim Carrey is interested in the Mask sequel under one condition. One condition, bruh.
Every time I'm in the street, I hear
Bruh. You're the villain in a movie about Sonic the Hedgehog. Do you really need to be making conditions?
alrighty then.
You've disappeared into obscurity. Your failures at rebooting movies have not invigorated your career again. Okay, I'll hear you out. For the sake of it, let's read this. Jim Carrey interested in the Mask sequel under one condition. One of Jim Carrey's most iconic roles came in the form of the 1994 fantasy comedy The Mask, for which he earned a Golden Globe nomination in the leading role.
Thank you. You love me. You really love me.
And though a spin-off sequel, Son of the Mask, came out to no fanfare, audiences have been clamoring for a proper follow-up to the acclaimed original, and the 58-year-old comedian has not closed the door on the possibility. I have it on good authority. Insider sources say that The Son of Mask originally started off as a completely different movie and was retweaked to be Son of Mask. So it wasn't really set out to be a sequel ever, it just kind of happened that way. While promoting Sonic the Hedgehog, Carrey revealed in an interview with comicbook.com that though he doesn't normally keep his mind on future installments of his films while making them, he could be persuaded to return to Dark Horse Comics' world of The Mask. I don't think in terms of sequels and stuff like that. I mean, this one, Sonic the Hedgehog, is kind of right for it because we've not evolved the character Dr. Eggman fully yet, Carrey said. The Mask, I think, myself, you know, it would depend on a filmmaker. It depends on a filmmaker, really. I don't want to do it just to do it, but I would only do it if there was some crazy visionary filmmaker, sure. Who would do who's crazy enough? I just want to define what Jim's idea of crazy actually is. That I would love to know.
Yes! Yes! Oh, yeah! Can you feel that, buddy? Huh? 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 I have exorcised the demons. This house is clear.
The original film, released in July '94, followed a lowly bank clerk, Stanley Ipkiss, who comes across a magical mask that allows him to transform into a zoot gangster with cartoonish powers, seeming immortality, and uses them to rid his town of crime and win the heart of a singer connected to the local crime lord. The adaptation of the Dark Horse comic created by John Arcudi, Chris Warner, and Doug Mahanke proved to be a smash, earning rave reviews from critics and audiences alike, landing Carrey a Golden Globe nomination and established Diaz as a viable leading lady, while also grossing over $351 million worldwide on a $23 million budget. It was followed by the 2005 standalone sequel Son of Mask, led by Jamie Kennedy and Alan Cumming, which was widely panned by critics, audiences alike, and was a box office failure. Talks of a proper revival or sequel have been underway for years now, with co-writer Mike Richardson stating he'd like to see a female-led reboot of the film, while also desiring to see Carrey return as Ipkiss, but always coming to a standstill in search for a proper creative path. Yeah, that's not gonna happen. I don't want that to happen. As much as, you know, I think we've kind of done this to death. The sequels, the reboots, they always sound good on paper. I'm just so beyond tired of Hollywood trying to recreate moments rather than come up with anything wholly original. Something like The Mask, had it never come out, would never come out in today's times. It would just be too bizarre star. It's not a property that anybody recognizes. There'd be a risks involved. Nobody wants to gamble with their money anymore, so all we do is franchise after franchise after motherfucking franchise. Sequels, reboots. Jim Carrey, I don't know. Coming back to this role, I'd be interested, but I'm also cautiously pessimistic because he did come back to Dumb and Dumber or whatever the hell it was called, or Dumberist. You know, I don't know. I keep saying that I would love to see 90s Jim Carrey come back, but I want to see him in a movie that evokes those styles of movies, but not just directly copies them or as a direct sequel. You know what I mean? I want something that's similar in tone. Something where he's doing that classic body humor of his.
Where if you do anything to embarrass me in front of camp.
What? Like this?
He's really a funny guy. At one point in the 90s, I thought he was the funniest guy alive, and then I decided that Robin Williams was the funniest guy alive, but Jim Carrey can do funny things with his body that other comedians can't do. And I don't think that can be replicated. And I don't want a direct sequel to The Mask. I want something that's just as funny or more entertaining, something that's original, something that's not just geared for kids, something that can appeal to all audiences. I'd like to see 90s Jim Carrey come back again, but in maybe something better than a Mask sequel. I don't know. What do you guys think? Leave a comment down below. What's your favorite Jim Carrey movie? What's your favorite Jim Carrey moment? Let's get a discussion going. Also, make sure you check me out tonight on Etep Coolion's Place to Be Reviews, where we'll be talking about the usual pop culture topics. The link is in the description. Make sure you subscribe to that channel and make sure you catch me out there. There'll be more videos coming out this week, of course, and movies are a little light this month because fuck you, it's January. My choices are a Blake Lively movie, I don't even remember the name of it, and Gretel and Hansel. That's what's coming out this weekend. Will I review them? Of course I will, because I love to punish myself for your amusement. Those are my choices. You have been warned. Have yourselves a groovy day, and this is the Groovinator signing out. Peace.